Hey guys, it's Andy again. We're going to do another big riff for you here. I got my buddy Adam here. And we got one here for you from 1939 from the Pabst Blue Ribbon Company.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Beer doesn't come from beans.
Help yourself to some beer.
Pabst never does things by halves. The brand of a champion, the picture you have just seen is
what
no
picture?
ordinary
I don't
movie.
remember
It is
seeing
a
any
story
picture.
of America's quality beer, told as the story of beer has never been told before.
Beer,
It
the
was
American
produced
dream.
To help Pabst distributors and their salesmen to greater profits.
And greater
For
levels of
purpose, it will be
intoxication
shown to
for all.
retailers you select. It cannot fail to be a real sales help for you.
Yeah, it's also a snuff film.
But this film is only a start. Just a curtain raiser for the new Pabst advertising and merchandising campaign for 1939.
The first step
Most
towards the
powerful
PBR
campaign of its
empire.
kind ever conceived. Its sole objective:
The
is to
conquest
tell
of
the
Europe.
smartest story ever told about beer to every town and city in America, and across the seas to the entire world.
No nation shall resist!
But most important of all, this gigantic promotion effort is directed to every consumer in your community.
Especially the
If you will work
children.
with it, it will work for you.
Alright, let's work it, girls.
The Pabst 1939 magazine schedule is the result of months of study and preparation. It is designed to serve you in a dramatic yet dignified manner. It
So,
has been
not Spuds
conceived through
McKenzie?
our study of your problems and local conditions. This chart indicates but a few of the thousands of cities to be served by the Pabst magazine advertising program.
Oh, Milwaukee. You know, they've got a real shortage of beer.
No matter what the population may be of your city or town,
God
Pabst
hates you.
campaign, the smartest beer campaign in history, is geared to meet your local requirements.
Forget about Chicago. I want to sell to Longview. Oh, Andy
The
Warhol's
magazine
first job.
campaign alone covers 7 out of every 10 homes across the nation.
The other three have vinyl siding.
But powerful as it is, the magazine campaign does not stand alone. From ocean to ocean and border to border, our extensive newspaper advertising will do a more forceful selling job for you.
You're
than
gonna buy
ever
this
before.
beer. The kid
We'll
gets it,
blanket
see?
7.5 out of every 10 homes. But even magazines and newspapers are not all. This is the age of outdoors, of America on wheels.
An age
And this
before the
year,
DUI.
Pabst has the smartest posters in its history for selling outdoor America. In 1939, over 1,250,000,000 passengers will ride on buses and trains.
Jillion trillion.
50 million people will travel the United
Yeah,
States in
where are the
automobiles.
lines?
Over 20 million people will travel across the country to the New York and San Francisco World's Fairs. Again and again on highways and byways, they will be sold on Pabst Blue Ribbon through thousands of these dynamic, brilliant, powerful outdoor messages.
You want a beer?
Remember today, tomorrow, and in the days and months to come, that this giant promotion effort for Pabst Blue Ribbon beer is your advertising. You and your salesmen are a part of an advertising campaign never before equaled in the history of our industry.
An advertising blitzkrieg!
It is designed to the tempo of our time. It is placed in the mediums that open wide the doors to greater sales. In a word, Pabst Blue Ribbon advertising will dominate the beer advertising of the entire United States.
Dominate it with whips, chains, and all the accoutrements.
Jawohl!
It's good that they're advertising to the future alcohol-induced domestic dispute market.
In planning the campaign, its originators have devised a virile central theme.
Virile?
A direct
Ew.
tie-up between the general campaign and the point-of-sale display. In taverns, these attention-getting and dynamic dealer helps carry your message of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
Smartness
draft
calls
and
for
bottle.
roofies.
Behind this new campaign is the 95 years of Pabst
Old Man
experience,
Pabst is still going at it.
quality and unquestioned prestige. And to help you present
Quality,
this great
drunken
campaign to your
stupors.
retailers, we are not only advertising
Prestigious
to them in
back
their
alley
own trade
urination.
magazines, but we have prepared a strikingly smart and beautiful selling portfolio in full color. Remember, all our efforts can be a complete waste unless you take advantage of every word, every piece of printed matter, every thought devised for you and brought to you by our various methods.
It's easy to take advantage with Pabst.
As a Pabst distributor, you share in a Pabst wholesale volume now $35 million per year and going up. How much will you get for your share? Are you ready to cash your opportunity?
Our original 12-step program.
In your territory. The best beer, the best advertising will mean nothing if you fail to complete the program by intelligent, consistent, well-planned hard selling. Here is the ladder to beer success.
It looks more like the shelf to beer success.
Well, I guess it looks like a ladder
your
if you're
salesmen and
drunk.
drivers can supply. Without these top steps, none of us can reach the goal. Are you ready to accept all this? Is your house in order? Now watch closely. What's wrong with this picture?
What, no drunken frat boys using the boxes as a bed?
Hobos got into our stash?
You're right.
Damn
In the
hobos.
first picture, there wasn't an adequate stock of goods, and even then it wasn't in proper condition. This is the way it should look. Is your stock adequate?
Adequate?
And
Who
does
are they
it look
selling
like
to,
this?
Dean Martin?
It should. And speaking of stocks, be sure that your display advertising material is kept in an orderly manner in a clean, dry place. See that it is used. Otherwise, Pabst has wasted its investment, and you have failed to capitalize on the sales it will help to make.
And your mother will cry, and your wife will leave you.
What about
And you will be a
delivery
hollow
service?
shell of a
Try
man.
to catch 4 distributor or salesman mistakes here.
Ah, don't use hobos.
You're right again. Those unsightly trucks should look like this.
With a
Delivery
really
should be
big
on
dent
time.
in the side.
Drivers should be courteous.
Hey, it's the beer
How does you
guy.
and your delivery service stack up with this example? The people in your community not only judge you and us by your product, but by how you present your company to the public. Keep your trucks clean, well painted. Every driver should be neat. And don't forget that a smile often wins more business.
Remember,
Haphazard
the
efforts
opinion
never
of others
succeed.
is the most
Work
important
must
thing
be
in
planned
life.
and plans must be worked. Do you have a thorough system? Beer distributors have a great advantage over dealers in other commodities. Licenses make it possible to know exactly who your prospects are. All you need is an up-to-date list of licensees. Such a list is of #1 importance.
Second
In
only to
keeping
how
up
much
date
you
a
owe
list
your
of
bookie.
licensees, you have your sales possibilities in a nutshell. If your list isn't up to date, it should be made so promptly. If by any chance you can't yourself get the proper list, Pabst will help you. Definite provisions have been made for this service.
Looks like a
Classify
Girl
your
Scout cookie
licensees
form.
as to both type of outlet and importance of outlet. Keep a record of what they carry, of the calls you make on each,
Of what
as
race
well as
they
a
are.
record of the sales you make to each. Perhaps you already have the necessary system and forms to do these things. If not, these Pabst distributor forms are yours for the asking.
Ask for them
Routes
by
should be
name.
carefully planned so that every prospect in the community will be visited at regular intervals. And whether you be driver or salesman, remember it pays to talk Pabst Blue Ribbon to every one of your prospects. Don't cultivate only one half of your acreage. Sow the seeds of profit
Pabst.
over
Pabst.
all your land and reap full
Pabst.
harvest from 100% of your territory. Know your customers. Remember, you cannot sell if you do not call on them. Do you call on your trade this way?
Looks like he
Morning,
has a
Mr. Peters.
gentleman caller.
Do you remember me?
I was that
I'm Mr.
guy
Terry
leering
of
through
the
your
Blue
daughter's
Ribbon
window
Sales
last
Company.
night.
What was the name? Terry.
You know damn well
I was
who
here
it
about
is.
A month ago.
Don't let that happen to you. Know
Don't
your
sell
customers
to
as
senile
well
old
as
men.
this.
Hello, Tom. You look swell. Where have you been, Bermuda?
Who are you?
Oh, Jack, I'm glad to see you. Say, there's something you'll be glad to hear.
Yeah, the doc said it was just a rash.
All about it.